itself is like exciting to be here. And if I go by what we had yesterday in terms of the level of enthusiasm, I find this collection of students to be like amazing group to talk to. So that's a lot of encouragement. So all those people who were there in the session yesterday, give yourself a big hand. There are a lot of experts here, and you're going to hear lots of really useful information. What I'm going to talk about doesn't even scratch the surface, but I address mostly for the students because I think you're going to do all the stuff that is emerging out right now. So you'll be getting out of colleges in the next couple of years, and you're going to be like working on all this technology. Many of the ones that I'm going to kind of mention are either at very early stages, infancy, or not even, just an idea in somebody's mind. But they're all exciting, and I want you to go out and explore and look at these kinds of things because that will give you a lot of excitement to what you're doing. So one of the biggest problems I had in college was that I did 5 years of engineering. You don't really want to know when I graduated. It was 1971, right? I had maybe about 68 or 70 subjects. Can you guys guess how many of them I used when I got out and did my first job? Anybody wants to take a guess? Maybe 5. One?
I'm sure you did a course on English. That was perhaps
that was in school. Pre-university, yeah. That's a good one. Yeah, so course on English. Somebody said 1, right? Any other answers? 0. 0 is the correct answer. The thing is that I got out and got into computers, and the only computer course we had is some Fortran programming, where you would walk in College of Engineering Guindy to some machine and then submit a bunch of cards. Come back next day to find out whether the program compiled correctly or not. So that is turnaround time. This was 1970, 71 time. Then came mini computers, then came microcomputers, and now of course we are carrying computers in our pocket, and I think many of these Android and iPhone devices are like the power of Craig, and we have them in our hand. So what does that do to computing, right? When you take computers and make them more and more and more powerful, and then start giving them lots of different things, you get a lot of power. And how are you going to use power? Okay? So this power is causing a huge bunch of new changes in the industry. So, but we are still learning programming the way we learned, originally. Maybe when we did assembly, COBOL, Fortran, those kinds of things, and now then C, C++, and I see that Anna University syllabus is still C, C++, and the world is moving on. So, let me give you a glimpse of all the kind of things that are going on, and then we can. So there are several trends, and this is one you keep hearing a lot about. So actually, there is nothing much in slides. These are just reminders for me. Because I want you to hear me rather than read what I have there. So almost all my slides are like maybe 3-4 words and 5 words. So Internet of Things, you would have heard about it a lot. How many of you actually know what Internet of Things is? Okay, good.
I have to put my hand up.
Yeah. So now I'm relieved because if everybody knows, then I can skip the topic and go on to the next one. So if you really think about Internet of Things, and there are a couple of subtopics about these Internet of Things that will come up later, everything is a thing. Your light bulb is a thing, your switch is a thing, your every little appliance you have in your house is a thing. Okay. Internet of Things is some crazy idea to connect all these things together to make your life better. That is the theory. Okay. In practice, Internet of Things has been actually fairly well advanced in the industrial applications. So what is called the industrial Internet of Things and consumer Internet of Things. So when I'm talking about IoT, I'll be talking a little bit. So essentially it has only 4 components. If you think about it, there is the devices or sensors that are around, and I'll give you a few ideas of applications. Then there is the sensor networks that interconnect these sensors, or controllers and things like that interconnect these sensors, and then transmit that information. Then there is the cloud infrastructure where all this information disappears. There are some bunch of servers that will gather this data. Then the entire analytics that is done on the data that you receive. Okay. It seems like a very boring, dry subject. But let's take a simple system of, one simple, very simple application. Everybody has a, in the house we have a small peephole through which we look. When somebody comes and rings a bell, we look at it, right? We try to look at, and there's just a little lens through which you can see who the visitor is. Now take that lens, and the camera that you have on your mobile device is almost the same size as the lens. So let us say that we replace this lens with the camera. And then we add some little bit of electronics to it to take these images and send them across to a server. Okay. And then add a piece of software that can send to your Android phone these images. Okay. So you are not at home and you have this Android device, and if you want you can find out everybody who came in front and stood for some time and peeked through that hole in your house. That will be too much of data transmitting and all that, so there will be refinements that will come in there. So here you have a security camera in the same space as the old peephole, and this is a smart thing. Now what it can do is it take it to the next level. And I'll talk about the technologies that underlie these kinds of things. The image data that comes, it can keep on comparing the image data with all the people who normally visit your place. The maid, the laundry guy, the postman, and then remove all those kinds of things because you look at them and then say, okay, these are not great. Now you just only send alerts for strangers who visit you. So this is securing the home and getting alerts on visitors. And if somebody comes repeatedly, it's something you need to worry about. So it's a very simple, take a normal device that exists, a camera that was meant for something entirely different, repurpose it, turn it into a small security device in the house. Because the camera is so tiny, you don't have to just have it in the front door. It can be in different parts. So you can also look at all the places, the entry points, and now there are security systems that are available and they are very popular in the US. What is called DIY, which is do it yourself systems. That means you can buy these cameras, you can buy these controllers, you can connect them to the wireless Wi-Fi network, you can transmit these images, you can get all this. So this is one example. There is a device called Nest, which is basically a thermostat. These guys hardly sold 100,000 units and Google acquired them for some huge amount. And they control the energy, they actually monitor the energy level, the temperature level in the house, and turn on or off the air conditioners and do those kinds of things. So you will start seeing the next generation of homes that are built, you will start seeing more and more of these devices. I have seen projects, actually student projects, where you can build these little, home-based farms where you can have a moisture sensor in the soil, and that will give, so you can grow all kinds of little plants in the house and fruits and vegetables and things like that, and control the level of moisture that is sitting in the soil using these kinds of things. So that is the next generation. They are getting popular. More and more these kinds of things are showing up. So this is just a couple of examples, but there are a wide variety of these. So a combination of sensors, controllers, networks, cloud, data analytics can bring up a whole bunch of applications. The similar patterns exist in smart places, smart cities, smart things. And recently Samsung announced a couple of products where you can control these devices. So how do you control these devices? As you start building more and more of these appliances, the way you operate with the appliances will change dramatically. So what is the simplest interface that you can have for these devices? One of the simplest interfaces you can have is voice. So voice-based chat to control complex devices is another trend. So that comes out of this. So Internet of Things, again, if you want to dig deeper, there's a lot of interesting projects you can do. And I'm targeting all these to students. So I'm telling you this, that the best way to learn something is not to read about it. Okay. So you can read and watch a lot of cricket, but unless you get into the field, take a bat and somebody throws a ball at you, you won't know how to play. Same thing is with this. Start with small projects and build something that is fairly useful, and then it could be any component. You could just write the software, the embedded software, you could write the software of the cloud. Does not matter which part you play. Start building simple things, and that may be one way you can get this. these millions of these sensors sending out lots of data, and some of it is useful, some of it is just noise, right? So you need a way to filter this data. So the next trend is everything data, because you would have heard the term big data, smart data, and data, variety of data types that are coming up. Large amounts of data, everything that deals with data, from very low end of data acquisition to data gathering from the internet to curating data, for reformatting data, then taking the data and transforming it to something useful, and finally deriving value from data. So the range of technologies that are, machine learning, artificial intelligence to some extent, it uses a lot of machine learning. In the back end, the term big data and all the technologies associated with scaling, acquiring and processing large amounts of data. You have heard terms like Hadoop, whole series of map reduce and all those kinds of things. The Spot, which is like becoming the popular one. These are all a bunch of technologies, and this is a huge ocean. You can dive in, and you can pick up any small aspect of it, and you can start working on projects. The nice thing about all this is that almost all the tools are open source. In Python and R are the two major languages, but there are also other languages like Julia and a whole bunch of others. You can use Java and other stuff. For dealing with big data, doing data analysis, do machine learning. And machine learning is an entirely interesting field in itself. But since this conference covered it for the last couple of days, I'll just touch basically upon it. In machine learning, what you do is you take the data, you learn from the data, and that is, from a software point of view, it is going to impact the way you're going to build software. So for anything that can specify a set of rules and if-then logic, you can actually write programs. For anything that is completely data-driven, you will not be able to do your conventional programming, and so machine learning, building machine learning applications is going to become the norm, and there's going to be a huge demand. I mean, somebody was telling me that by the end of 2020, there will be at least 200,000 programmers required only in US, and US cannot even produce this. Now with all the funny things going on in the US, a lot of the job work will also come to India. So a lot of things are going to happen, and that's an area. And these are called unicorns, because a good machine learning specialist needs to understand programming, needs to understand math, linear algebra, needs to understand probability, need to understand how to spot the right opportunities in data. So there is a huge class of opportunities, and there are a bunch of courses that you can take in university, but you can also start with a simple Python, and there is a toolkit called scikit-learn. You can start with this and then start building So, self-driving cars. So why is this a big trend? It doesn't figure at the same level because the machine learning is at a more like a foundation layer. But imagine a car that drives itself. I have actually seen these cars. In Mountain View, California, there is a Google car that keeps going around all the time. Think about all the things the car has to do. Right? First, it has to know the route. Then it has to know what is the road, how much of space is there. Then it has to know what are the cars in front, sideways, behind, and what is the relative speeds with which these cars are moving. I mean, I can't even imagine a self-driving car in any place like Chennai or Coimbatore or Arunachal. That will be an entirely different set of challenges. But in an orderly system where everybody follows rules in some way, like US and parts of Europe, think about all the challenges, just when everything, the first set of self-driving cars, where they were tested? They were tested at desert in Nevada, because it was a Department of Defense funded project, and they were doing this for several years. Self-driving cars effort has been going on for about 10 years. We keep hearing about them now. Google for a long time drove this, but now it is appearing, the technology is appearing everywhere. Tesla has self-driving cars, Uber is threatening to have self-driving cars, though they are trying out a small experiments. And all the technology is going to be there with everybody, and for all major companies have efforts. So what does it actually mean? Previously, cars used to be big iron, carrying a few embedded computers. Now the joke is that car is just a device to carry a large amount of embedded computers. In some models of BMW, there are about 56 to 60 tiny processors gathering all kinds of data from tire pressure to the heat to the acceleration, all of them, they're doing computation, mathematics and all that. Now add self-driving cars to this, they have to watch the road, so there are sensors, different kinds of sensors. You have cameras, you have, IR sensors, all kinds of, proximity sensors. Imagine, think about this, that is a microcosm of what is happening in the world itself. Just take this car, it's getting all these large inputs from a variety of things, and you need to make sense of these inputs and you need to take corrective action. This is a complete feedback control loop, right? You're getting sensors, so it is IoT in some sense. It's kind of a CIoT, a car IoT, a mobile IoT, or whatever it is, transport IoT. Come up with a name for that. It's similar pattern. Sensors, controllers, sending data, analyzing the data, taking corrective actions in fractions of a second. You can't make a mistake. What is one of the biggest challenges that many of these cars face at this point in time? When there is a piece of plastic or plastic bag floating around in the street, they don't know it's an object that you can hit or you cannot hit. Okay? And there are also complexities of decision making. When the car is presented in two situations where both of which will cause an accident, which one is it going to choose? Because if everything is a self-driving car, you won't have this problem. But initially, for them to become popular, they have to operate with these human-driven cars. And human beings are the most unpredictable drivers in the world. Even in orderly countries, they are kind of unpredictable because their mind is somewhere else and they're driving and they're autopilot in many of these cases. Okay, let us take self-driving cars and let us take it to the next level. So roads are clogged, infrastructure is very expensive to build. How long it is before you start having flying cars? There are already models that are available. So now you add one more dimension to your driving technology. Who is going to build all this software? How reliable has the software? You can't make even a single mistake. What is the cost of building this kind of software? What are the technologies you need to learn from building this software? So that is something for you to think about. The next one is augmented and virtual reality. Any of you have seen the HoloLens demo by Microsoft? Yeah. So I think we should we'll find a video and run it at some point in time. I actually tried it out last week. My daughter works for the HoloLens team in Microsoft, so she had this. It's very expensive device to buy. I can't afford $3,000 for one device. But you put this device on, and the world, it actually transforms the living space into something. It overlays something on top of your living space. And so I was playing some stupid Robo Invader game kind of stuff, and of course but it was robots were coming out of all kinds of walls, and every time you shoot at them and you miss, some part of the wall gets damaged. It's like so real, the experience. I tried Oculus Rift, which is a very big VR thing. VR became popular because of Oculus Rift 2 years ago, and I wore it and I watched it for about 30-40 minutes. At the end of it, I had to throw up because it was like such a disturbing experience. That is not there with HoloLens because they're getting better. I think even new models of Oculus Rift. If you can ever get one of these devices to play around with, maybe we should get a couple of them here in Forge. It will be such an immersive experience. So that is the fun part. But really think about if you have a device that can take real places and overlay information on top of them, you can have virtual tourism, right? I can go visit Egypt, pyramids of Egypt. I don't have to go to an IMAX theater. These experiences are much better than IMAX theater, right? And the content will be brought to you. The cheapest, if you want to try, if you're not in Chennai, but it's a Google Cardboard, which simply takes a box and puts it on your face, and then you can put an Android phone. There is software that splits it into two screens, and you can actually low level, but you can experience it, and it's not that expensive. And this is an area. So augmented reality and virtual reality are slightly different things. Augmented reality seems to be taken over more. Microsoft calls it mixed reality. And when Satya Nadella goes around talking, he talks about three things about Microsoft. He talks about mixed reality. He talks about chatbots. This is a topic that I'm going to come up with. And then he talks about cloud computing. These are three really changing technologies that are going to change alter the way we do almost everything in the next decade. So Somebody has to warn me about time.
Yeah, sir. 5 minutes?
Yeah, okay. So smart things, I already talked about. Smart things are, imagine every device in your house that can be controlled by voice and they can talk to each other. Your phone, nowadays I think nobody has landline phones anymore. Your TV, your music system, your heating system, your kitchen, all those kinds, they can be talking to each other. So this is again based as an application of IoT. So there is a hub in the house that gathers, that connects to all these devices, and then it works with it. I'll move on a little faster. Smart homes smart things can be in and out. Like for example, one of the smart things example is these little tags that you can put in your keychain, and then you can actually locate your keychain anywhere, and you can tag it to your phone. You can locate your phone. You keep misplacing things. So there are very tiny sensors to something slightly more complex kind of thing. And there are a lot of these kinds of devices coming up. And just go Google smart homes, smart places. And there is a big hackathon that is going on yesterday. Smart city hackathon. So smart places is like smart cities and smart farms and smart any place where you can apply intelligence. Okay, so I'm going to keep coming back to the term intelligence because we connect it to the AI at some point in time. Intelligence is a lot more than just doing some on-off stuff, like known states, going between and then gathering the data and then acting based on the data that they receive. Okay, then smart cities. Coimbatore is going to become a smart city. You had a hackathon about 4 or 5 months ago. They're all beginning. Everybody still hasn't figured out what a smart city means, except that it's smart. Yeah, it's a lot of funding and all. So one thing we are quite sure is there will be lots of cameras. So you better drive carefully if you are driving. Okay. But there are other things too. Like how do you manage energy in the city? How do you manage water resources? How do you find out problems in the city and then automatically take corrective action? There's a whole bunch of interesting things that are coming in smart city. It's just the beginning. Chatbots. One of my favorite topics is that essentially, what is a chatbot? Is very simple. This is the example I give you. Take your WhatsApp. You're talking to a human being. You take out the human being and replace it by a program. Now you're talking to a program, and you don't know this. Pretty much. Most of the time you don't know this. And chatbots are going to enable a whole class of new applications. In fact, chatbots is just one incarnation of a bigger movement called conversational user interface. And conversational user interfaces are to think about. We are going to increasingly use less and less laptops, more and more mobile devices. You have a mobile device always. Sometimes you are sitting in a place so you can type. Sometimes you are walking and still you type. Sometimes you are driving and still you type. But you can also have a voice interface with it. The voice interface is a natural interface for everything because it's very fluid and you don't have to learn some new method of clicking on the menu and going to this. So my prediction, and I may be completely wrong because every prediction has been wrong in some way, is that this is going to make a major difference as a user interface. So that means there are a lot of new challenges. The same challenges we face for design, for GUI design, all those kinds of things. Now there is chat design, design of conversations. There are new skills which will also bring in a lot of people. Like in fact, there are some chatbot companies hiring comedians and writers and all that sort of stuff to design conversations. So Amazon Alexa, how many of you have seen a demo video of Amazon Alexa? Okay. So I was trying to look at one. I may not be able to do it because there's not much of time, but you should try it out. Alexa is in almost every home in the US that I have seen because they sold about 9 million units. My daughter has one, my son has one. I bought him a Dot and brought it back. It doesn't understand the location very well in India, but it works. You can give voice commands and it does things. And you can simply say, Alexa, remind me after 5 minutes, and that seems to be the most frequent use case. Amazon Echo is also known as Alexa. You can call it Echo or Alexa. Echo, play me a song. Echo, remind me about this. You'll remember and do it. But the cool thing about it is there is a hardware technology and there is a software technology. The hardware technology is phenomenal ability for the microphones to gather very clear text from any part of the room. So you put it in a room, I can give commands to Alexa, and anybody can speak to Alexa and it will work. its problem is that I think it doesn't, children's voice, it has some problems with right now, but I know my grandson keeps telling Alexa, he says, Alexa, stop, and it stops. So, he has a bunch of favorite 2-year-old, and they're talking to a computer, and we could have never imagined, of course, now 2-year-olds also swipe and go to YouTube and play their favorite videos. So it's a very, very different time, different generation altogether. But look at the underlying technologies of this, okay? And voice, understanding of voice recognition, speech. And now I think the speech recognition is at about 97% rate because of deep learning networks that are being applied. There's a phenomenal technology underneath these things. So what are the core skills that you need to have to play in this field? The exciting ones, you can do some experiments, you can build some projects. So first thing is, you need math. I know that will scare half of you away from there, because every time I look at a mathematical equation, I swoon. But I think spend some time, and not all, there are only some certain parts of math, definitely multivariable calculus, definitely linear algebra, and you need to learn probability. That there is what is called a Bayes theorem, which is the probability is used a lot in inference. You don't have to do the entire one. So machine learning and statistics are kind of like overlapping disciplines, and lots of ideas from one is being used in the other, and both of them are evolving to be really rich ones. Prototyping skills, that is what is happening in the hackathon and all. Your ability to come up with an idea and build something that demonstrates that you have this idea, and build the smallest possible prototype. In fact, I'll say that just do a prototype in 4 hours or 1 day. And then the idea is this. In all these technologies, when you start actually working on solving a problem, is when you actually understand the problem a little better. That's been true in software most of the time, but people never realized it. They thought they could write a big spec and somebody will go and execute it. That never really happened. People understand the problem only when they start working on it. And so how do you get these skills? Right? There are different ways. So first thing is build stuff. Okay? Doesn't have to work. Don't worry, don't put yourself under a lot of pressure. Just build pieces of software, pieces of hardware, putting them together, find a place like Coach, come down here, hack. So there is this community in US called the Maker community, and there are these builders communities, and I think there is a Maker community coming up in Bangalore, and I think we'll have in every one of the cities. Maker community is a maker fair that happens annually in US. When you walk in there, you blows your mind. Robotics, 3D printers, all kinds of crafts. One guy was selling a book that said he designed the fastest paper plane, $17 book, and gives you techniques for doing it, just with piece of paper and cardboard. Okay, so there is the full range. You need not necessarily be software or electronics. Full range of things. Just build things, and unless you get into the building mode, you're not going to really understand why you need to learn all the things that you learn. Okay. Hackathons, datathons, and podcasts, right? Participate. Whenever somebody says hackathon, just run. Don't walk. Go join. Just hang out for 2 days. Even if you don't produce anything, I'll tell you, if it is your first hackathon, you will never forget it. It will be a very immersive experience, because a lot of cool people voluntarily come in and spend sleepless nights doing stuff. Just being among their community itself is oxygen, right? So internships with cool tech companies. So I said cool, I didn't say startups, because startups have their own struggles also, but startups are always considered cool tech companies. But beyond startups also, there are cool tech companies working on all these fields that I talked about. Find out how to do that, and then go and start. Okay? So before I go to questions, then one thing I want to tell you. I said that 5 years I studied, and then I've been having this reflection, philosophical reflection. So engineering education is a waste of time. I spent so many years of my life. It's not really. You know what I learned that most of my exams I studied the day before during the studies period. So you learn to learn, and that's what happens during this. You are thrown different subjects. In my second year, I had 17 subjects, including labs. No sane human being can really take and understand all of that. But just being thrown to things, to force to learn, gives you so much of knowledge. And that is something very, very, very good. And also that you have cool friends with whom you learn sometimes. We used to do a lot of command studies and things like that. And so I think the education is you learn to learn, and you learn English like we said. and then you learn to communicate with people better. And if you practice all these skills, that will be good. I want to show a demo, but I don't think I have time. There is an MIT sketch, it will take 4 minutes.
Sure,
you
we should.
You do that? Okay. Before that, any questions? I think I'll give priority to that. Yeah.
So how chatbots is used in travel?
All travel booking. So you come. So for example, you take MakeMyTrip.com. So there is a website. I don't know whether MakeMyTrip.com supports the API or not. So suppose you have a chatbot. You simply say, I want to go from Coimbatore to, let's say, Chennai or Bangalore. Get me the best fare during this week. Today you cannot go and do that. You can do this, a Google, airfare alerts kind of system that will give you alerts kind of stuff. So you can express in English. You don't have to go, and you can go across different things and get you the best example I heard was last year. I was at a conference in Venture Beat. That guy said, "Oh, my wife is pregnant. Our second anniversary is coming up. I want to go to a place where she will not have any problems, and find me 3 vacation spots." How vague is that query? And that kind of query, you cannot think about taking that query and then translating it to a series of Google searches or Expedia searches or any of those things. You won't be able to do it. So chatbots are going to take your complex needs, and they are not there yet. So let me not hype it. If you do it today, it will fail miserably. But this guy did one, and they have shown some demos that are like amazing. They are like chatbot is going to see if you take data. Data analytics is a very complex subject, and I think we have talks on trends in data analytics and stuff like that. A natural interface to complex data is text, speech, messaging. So that will be one area.
So basically, if we implement Scrapper, can we able to?
Sure. I mean, some of you. I think yesterday we did one of the things that we and Bhavani do is we do build what is called a sidebot. So you build a sidebot scraper and then ask all the frequently asked questions on the site using the chatbot. And then you can simply go and site, what are the products this company sells and what services do you provide? Which locations are you present in? All those questions can be typed in English. You actually go and get the data from the web pages and then gather them and do it. It requires a little bit more than the conversation interface. It also requires you the ability to understand the text, which is slightly, it's not there yet, but there are techniques for doing that.
Is it like more complex? Can we able to do it?
It is. If you want to do a good job, it is more complex. Because all the API.ai and Louis.ai, they are not there yet. They are very good at certain things. The natural language understanding, natural language generation, as well as this artificial intelligence which understand. My ideal would be take a bunch of text and throw it at some engine and figure out all the things. We are not there yet. Experts are there to tell you about it later, but that is why the opportunities are there too. So every company with a .ai extension is just being bought. So every company, there is a company called API.ai, we started using it, Google bought them. There is a company called Viv.ai, these are the same guys who produce Siri, and they were bought by Samsung. And there is a couple of other AI.ai companies that are getting bought. So these are all opportunities. You have a question.
What are the new software development approaches? Because when it comes to machine learning, because is there any philosophical references that can be taken, like biology, or when it comes to software development of machine?
So I'll answer the question in 2 different ways. It is very different from your conventional rule-based method. So the best taste you can get for it is go learn R. Okay. R, I wouldn't recommend R as I'm like Python guy. But Python and R are too top. R was the biggest. The reason for this is that you think in terms of, data structures a lot more. So if you are very comfortable with data-driven programming, you will get at least first steps into machine learning will be easier, but it's much more complex than that. So there are 2 parts. One is building machine learning algorithms, which is a very complex, all these linear. Then using machine learning algorithms and finding out the best of them. So the machine learning approaches, the major difference I would say is it is not programming as much as modeling. So if you are very comfortable with modeling systems, that is basically what you will be learning for doing this kind of thing. There are a lot of good courses on Coursera, Udacity, as well as There are books that will teach you how to build small. So machine learning systems, they're basically classification, prediction. So build a simple recommendation system for your friends, right? Find out where the data comes from. How do you recommend? What are all the attributes that you need? You start learning those kinds of things, and it will be just an easy entrance. But it will shift your mind. You go from a very procedural programming or object-oriented programming to a very data-driven programming kind of stuff. And you will be working with large amounts of sparse matrices and tables and that kind of stuff. That's why you will see that in machine learning experts, a lot of them come from the field of physics, because physics guys already are very good at using math for doing it, and for them it's much more natural kind of stuff. But there are groups. There are a couple of companies in the US that give you a boot camp, about 20 weeks boot camps to become a machine learning expert. There's one called Galvanize, there's another called Springboard or something like that. They have people, PhDs in other areas like biology, sociology, economics, all these things. Guys come and take this boot camp. They do for major project, and then they get hired by all these companies like Amazon, Facebook. Okay. Sure. Yeah.
I just want to add a point to what you just I don't know how many of you noticed, right? In the initial portion, he talked a lot about sensors. Right? Did you realize what he was talking about? I go, just like Dorai goes and meets a lot of people, I meet a lot of students. And I find a fundamental difference that you need to bridge as a gap. Do not think of solving world hunger at one shot. Right? What I mean by that is, don't assume that you are going to go solve world hunger and then you are targeting to that. What you need to take are those baby steps to go and identify the fundamental pieces that you need to understand. Right? So, as an example, when he talked about sensors, I don't know how many, he mentioned 6 sensors. Does anybody gather what he said? He talked about proximity, IR, humidity. You remember? He talked about this. You know what I find very, very strange? With bandy these sensors, not one of the people that I met has actually looked at an actual sensor and tried to figure out how a proximity sensor works. Right? If you do not get your hands dirty and trying some of these things out, it doesn't matter. It costs less than $150 to buy a sensor. You have to go figure out what is the fundamental basic. If I take a proximity sensor, I need to know that it's not a question of proximity is what. You have to start defining what is proximity. Is it when you hold it as close to your ear, or is it like on the car that you described 5 feet away? Is that proximity? Right? That is where I think we can make a big difference. Do not go and focus to say that there is somebody in a PhD who is going to go at that problem and I am going to solve the same problem. It's a huge wide world of opportunity. You have to pick the war that you want to fight. Right? Sorry, I have to.
So I just want to show you this video, and then I have 1 minute here. So you'll enjoy it. I've been showing this video for 10 years, so it's kind of an old video. But can you turn off the lights and make this? So this simulation, right? And they built an expensive board, the hardware, there was a grid of wires and it detected every stroke. But think about, so you as a software person today, you can do it on any tablet, like a Galaxy tablet or Android, any Android tablet or iPhone, iOS based tablet, right? Think about all the layers of software that you need to build. First we take the strokes and make objects of it. Then the objects have to be recognized by the system. A slanted shelf or slanted slab, you have to recognize that when you put an object in it, gravity acts on it and they slide automatically. So this is basically a physics relation. But you can do similar things in other subjects too, and mechanical engineering. Imagine that this is the way we taught. We are taught actually in schools. See the level where you play with the objects, you understand. Let's say we create Newton's laws of motion as one experiment and these kinds of things. This was done in MIT. They have a lab called Lifelong Kindergarten Library, where out of which all department out of which Scratch and a whole bunch of other kinds of things come out. It's like an awesome experience. And just think about all this. Look at the UI. When I he draws a spring, it automatically recognizes the spring and changes the shape, right? When he draws a kind of an imperfect circle, it automatically recognizes it and makes it like almost a good circle, right? And when you the moment you attach a cup to a spring, the cup starts wobbling a little bit because that means it's a little bit materialist. So there's so much implied in the interfaces that are built, and there is no commands type, no menus click, nothing. If you want to select a bunch of objects, circle them. If you want to delete them, just draw a line across them. These are the kinds of user interfaces which are very, very different from what we are currently used to. So think along these lines. Go and do a bunch of simulations. Software simulations are not that difficult to do. Python has a package called PySim, but there are a whole bunch of other simulation packages. So these are much more fun. So just I'll leave you with one more thought. The best way to learn programming is to write games. Right? Games are almost like an operating system. You are getting events coming in, you are dealing with the events, you are doing reactions, you are doing GUI. The game doesn't have a good user interface, nobody will use it. Even the simplest tic-tac-toe game and going on to doing, all kinds of little Pong and all kinds of things. It teach you so much about mathematics, about programming, and it's so much more fun than just doing the other world and variations of other. Thank you very much.